Hey guys, what is going on? The Zip of Rage Quit TV casting a random ladder replay between Genesis and Last Shadow. This is going to be my cast of the day, so I keep getting one video per day on YouTube. So, yeah, that's about it. Let's get into this game. It is on Tal'Darim altar. Genesis spawning as the red Protoss, Last Shadow spawning as the blue Zerg. And we'll see what these players end up doing today. Last Shadow, of course, he has a Korean name. This is on the Korean ladder. I got the games off of GoSuGamers.net. I think it's about 10 days old, but I haven't seen anyone cast this game, so that is definitely the reason why I'm casting this. And I'm just checking over on my XSplit, make sure everything is okay, and it looks like we are all good. Pylon does go right up here in front of the natural, so it looks like Genesis will be doing some type of fast expand build. Will he go Nexus first, or will he go Forge first? He is not going to scout Last Shadow first, so I am assuming he will go for a Forge, and then get a Nexus, and then get a cannon. You see the probe going in the wrong direction. Last Shadow's Overlord is going in the right direction, but it's going to take forever to get there. And if anyone can clear, like, say why in the comments Overlords always go vertical on Tal'Darim altar, that would be awesome. I always see players go the vertical route. I guess you can sneak into this place easily, but generally with my Overlords I like going horizontal because I think it may be a little bit closer to seeing what they're doing if they go for like a hatch first or something, because your Overlord comes in here, pokes, and goes, oh, hey, what's going on? Chances are on Tal'Darim altar a Protoss player will be going for this fast expansion. You generally don't see them doing anything else besides Forge Veg expands on this map and Shakura's Plateau. We do have a 16 hatch coming out of Last Shadow. I'm kind of curious where his next hatch is going to be. He could go 2-base Infestor, but since that Infestor nerf, you don't really see that anymore. He can place the base right here, use it as a macro hatch, and get gas until these rocks are gone, or he can be a little bit ballsy and just take the base way out here. Of course, this one is extremely hard to defend of Void Ray attack, so pretty much just anything. Even later whoop-ins, if you don't have scouting, they put a pylon up here and whoop in units. Void Rays again, you have no chance of getting units to that base for anti-air unless you go for an insanely fast hatch. And Last Shadow will now be scouting the Protoss player as that drone makes it all the way across the map. So the Overlord's pretty much gone on a straight position up here, and the drone's gone to 3 bases and got there in time. That just shows you how big this map is. And we have a little duel between the probe and the drone, and the probe decides to run away. He is going to try to get a cannon, but the drone is like, nuh-uh, man, no cannon for you. And then another one comes down. Oh, that's the same one, actually, and gets the cannon off. There is a hole in the wall right here. This is a little bit odd just because you have less time to force field. I know he's Korean, so chances are he won't be forgetting that because, well, the Baneling just walks up here and boom, he's in your base. If your wall is up here, then the Baneling's got a lot more area to track. You have a lot more time to click on a sentry or whoop one in and force field that to defend against it. And there's actually a hole here too, so I'm kind of curious what he's going to do. He could just put a pylon and finish that wall off, finish that portion of the wall. Of course, there's the hole right here. I'm kind of curious why he's just been the probe on hold position right here, because things can run into here. That is just a little bit odd, but he knows better than me. He is getting his gas. This gas is pretty late. As you see, he hasn't mined from his gas just yet, and his cybernetics core has almost completed, so he won't have enough for insta whoop gates. But ooh, we have Last Shadow taking his 3rd base, and does he have this scouted somehow? Nope, no way. He does not have this one pylon scouted, so if he doesn't scout that and this whoop gate finishes, chances are this hatch will go down. And what else is Genesis doing? Not too much. He's just getting Zealot, getting more probes. Gonna be chrono boosting this whoop gate research, so he gets that out as soon as possible. I think around either 7:30 or 7:45 that will be done, and he'll start whooping in units in this hatch. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I'm gonna say 8 minutes and 30 seconds the hatch is gonna fall. That is gonna be my guess on this. And yes, I think that 3rd base hatch will fall. I don't see Last Shadow having the units to defend with insta whoopins. He's just going to be droning up. He'll have like 2 lings out. They'll be up here just watching like, when are you going to move out, dude? And then things will whoop in here like, oh, that sucks. And the drone's on patrol. He's waiting to see like anything that comes in to harass this base. He has no idea about that one pylon. about to whoop in units, and he's not producing that, so, well, it looks like I may still be on time for my 7:30, 7:45 prediction on that Warp Gate finishing. +1 almost done, so it looks like Genesis is going to be doing a +1 timing attack. You see a lot more gateways coming down, so it's going to be a 6 gate, and he's getting a Twilight Council. Looking at the gases, though, that's a little bit odd. Maybe he's going to go for Blink. I don't think he's going to do like Zealot Archon just because he hasn't got any gas at his natural. If he goes Zealot Archon, you need to have at least 4 gases, and probably some stockpiled. So he could go for a Blink, and he can also go for DTs. And now he's getting 2 more gases, so maybe he just forgot to get the gas. He's like, oh, I want to go Zealot Archon. And we have 1 Zealot down here chasing the Queen, and he also, I think I missed one. Yeah, he had a Zealot come in here. Didn't really do any damage. But 4 more Zealots whooping in to take out this 1 hatch. 2 more, so now LastShadow knows, hey, there's 6 gates up. And they are at +1, so they do 2-shot Lings instead of 3-shotting them. And it makes a huge deal. And LastShadow's actually going to try to defend this base. I don't agree with that. This spawning that Spine Crawler goes down without the cancel. So LastShadow loses a few extra minerals there. And there goes that hatch. And it is 8:53. So I was a little off. But hey, it went down within 20 seconds of when I said. So that is pretty baller. And I do like that from Genesis. He sent 1 Zealot into this base that I missed, and then 1 down here just to see what's up, and then whooped in a bunch and took out that hatch, and has a lot of Zealots now. LastShadow only producing Lings. Does he have a Roach one up? It doesn't look like that. He has a lair up, and he is getting that Roach one. And Lings do run into the base of Genesis. Sentry gets a force field off, and that 1 cannon may go down. And yes, it does. Genesis has a Zealot, or 2 Zealots now cleaning up these Lings. And walked a lot of those Zealots back, but turns them back around. And my apologies, I kind of missed those Lings running in. I almost was positive these Zealots were just going to run into LastShadow's base and just take it out. They did do a little bit of a delay, though, and because they delayed walking back up near this washout, then down here, from this base all the way down here, that is why the Roach one does finish, and LastShadow is building 8 Roaches right now. The Spine Crawler did go down. It did get a transfuse on it, and the drone's going on hold position. The Queens have higher priority, so you see those Zealots just acting stupid. And nice move for LastShadow. Has 2 Roaches out, and again, does that little drone trick. And LastShadow looks like he is doing pretty sick micro on these Roaches. Not really losing a single one, just moving them all around on that creep. Those Zealots trying to chase 1 at a time, and don't really get that many hits off on the Roaches. Very well done by LastShadow. He has a few Lings here, and he scouted this pylon, so I'm kind of surprised he's not taking that out. We have 3 DTs coming in to attack LastShadow. He was getting that Dark Shrine while LastShadow was using that Roach Micro to take out those Zealots. So Genesis is just so abusive. And it looked like LastShadow may have saw it, but maybe not. He hasn't got a Spore Crawler yet, and now all the drones pulled. And no Spore Crawler just yet. He's now going to be getting a Spore Crawler. But this hatch is for sure going to go down. It is researching this Ventral Sack, so will he get the cancel off? No, he does not cancel Ventral Sack, so that was even more than a hatch. And those DTs don't get the cancel off on that Spore Crawler either, so LastShadow is not one for canceling buildings. He is getting this 3rd base up now. He took out that pylon, but did that pylon see this? Yes, it did. So Genesis knows LastShadow is going on the 3rd base. And I have to say, LastShadow's in a sticky situation. He's on 1 base right now to a 2 base Protoss. 88 supply to 102 supply. And Immortals are now coming out for Genesis. Additionally, Genesis is at +2 attack, and let's see what LastShadow is. I think he's only at +1 melee. Yes, +1 melee for his Lings. That is it. And, holy creep tubers. His Queens did gain a bunch of energy since he had like 3 Queens, or maybe even 4 Queens for just 1 hatch. So what's he do with all that energy? Apparently he puts like 20 creep tumors in 1 section. He will be expanding that creep extremely fast. Lings poking up, checking the 3rd base, gonna see, okay, it is not around, and gonna be falling back So he's like, okay, well, you're only on 2 base, so this is something I can recover from. If Genesis had taken that 3rd base, I'm sure LastShadow would have poked at it, trying to take it down. And we'll see if he expands all these tumors at once and just how fast. Look how fast this actually expands the creep when you have 20 tumors around. LastShadow has taken out the rocks here, and looks like he may have mana tumored his hatch. Maybe not. Maybe that can just fit right in the middle of all those. That would be pretty humorous if he mana tumored it. And charge coming down, robotics bay being built, and infestation pit for LastShadow. So he will be going into infestors and getting +1/+1, and that is missile attacks as he already has melee. And that is a buttload of zealots. Like, let's check. 27 zealots are out, and they will be having charge. Those roaches don't have any upgrades. Those zealots, let's see, they are at 2-0 with +1 armor on the way now. Observer comes out, 2 immortals, and now he is ready to go. And this is going to be extremely hard to hold. He's got a bunch of, well, he's got a handful of lings and a handful of roaches against this death army. We'll get the army size. You can see LastShadow's size is much smaller, both in minerals and gas, and he has got to do a perfect engagement here. Got passing glands and infestors building, and it looks like they are timed almost perfectly. And oh my god, all of the creep tumors just going down right here. That one queen fighting a valiant effort and just falling. And I wish there was a good number of tumors killed count. That was a lot. And now the zealots splitting up, and this is what LastShadow needs. He needs this to happen. With the zealots split up, he can fungal growth those to death pretty easily, and possibly pick off these. I mean, Genesis has the large army, but not by that much. If it's split up in half, LastShadow should be able to take this out. The Stalkers do have Blink, and Genesis doesn't have any sentries against this mass roach of LastShadow, and I think that's why he can do so well against this. Against when it's just Stalkers, because there's no meat shield, and those zealots are going down. Looks like one infestor did fall to those zealots, and LastShadow going in to attack this horde of them, and it looks like he will get a few of them with fungal growth. Those zealots are going to be going down, and stop some zealots in mid-charge, and even more zealots going to be falling. And I don't think he lost like 2 or 3 roaches in that fight, and that was definitely favoring him. Let's go to this loss tab. LastShadow, he's lost about 600 minerals less, but he is behind in workers, 48 to 61. So that little edge he has on the loss tab doesn't mean a thing. The Protoss player Genesis is at 145 supply, and if I didn't mention it, he is on Clan NEX or Team NEX. I don't really know the difference between Clan and Team in Korea, but yeah, there is a difference. However, Ling's coming in is going to poke at this one cannon. I think LastShadow should probably fall back. Sees all these forces coming. He could fungal growth some units to death, but he is just going to be pulling back. And 3 zealots here waiting for this hatch to finish. It looks like, does he see it? Yeah, he sees this hatch. Oh, wait, he's just going. He was waiting for me to give those zealots some recognition. And how are they doing damage to this? Like, those are, like, I don't know how the zealots deal damage to hatcheries morphing in. That hitbox is ridiculously big. But anyways, those 3 zealots going to come and see if there is a 3rd base over here. Will they see it? No, they don't. They get just in range of that. Well, just out of range of that one hatch. So he doesn't know LastShadow does have the 3rd base over here. And uh-oh, this is maybe the death push for Genesis moving out. LastShadow will need a great engagement for this. It's got a few infestors, but there are Colossus out, and yeah, nice fungal growth going down on the Stalkers, and another one goes down. LastShadow waits until the fungal growth does some damage, and then he engages, and the Stalkers dealing some damage, but the Colossus not being targeted down. Those Colossus still remain, and I think only fungal growth has really touched them, and now LastShadow scoots in, but still just taking out those Stalkers. Only Colossus left. Those roaches will be able to power through. I have no clue how LastShadow is doing this without any, well, he's got upgrades, but he is behind. He's only at 1-1 when Genesis is at 2-1, and Genesis has Blink. There he goes, blinking away. And I really think if Genesis, oh, that's a little smart. Look at this. Look at that, how it's positioned. Oh, You missed it. Go back and watch that if you didn't see. It was a smiley face on the mini-map. So that's pretty humorous. But he hasn't got any sentries. And I think that's one of the big fallings of Genesis this game. He needs those force fields against this mass roach. I mean, a few force fields makes these guys incredibly worthless. Like, the value goes straight down because they can't get in to do any damage. A few DTs whooping in. Looks like they whooped in up here. Gonna be turning into Archons. And then getting pushed. And then they decide, oh, it's not worth pushing you. So they stop. And he's gonna finish whooping in. And it looks like Genesis is going to go in for a little bit more damage. But LastShadow at this point is at 142 supply versus the 120. And actually, Genesis just going to try to take his fourth base. But the roaches come in and fungal growth. And it looks like this force is going to be falling. Genesis cannot take a fourth base. And he really does need that. That is 22 minutes in this game. And looks like he's not taking down this Colossus again. But he's going to be just fine. But since it's 22 minutes in the game, that means this natural is almost mined out. So Genesis is going to be mining off of just one base. And LastShadow mining off of 3 bases. LastShadow building some more roaches. And is just taking control of this game at his 136 supply to 89. And at this point, LastShadow has complete map control. Just look at his vision. There's nothing Genesis is going to do besides sneak some DTs around. He has such good vision around the map. And I don't think Genesis is going to be able to take a fourth base and secure it long enough. I mean, LastShadow just so far ahead. Genesis is going to most likely turtle up at his main, try to get to 200, then move out with a death one. Like, well, I hope you can't handle this for us. Because at this point in the game, Genesis has enough to do one giant all-in push. And all his Nexus, well, this one's used up his energy, but he's got a lot of energy on this Nexus, 75, and this one is at max. And LastShadow just checking again, because he doesn't have anything over here, so he's just poking in, making sure nothing's whooping in there, and doesn't, wait, he does leave a Ling there. So one Ling going to watch that base. And overall, LastShadow just has great vision around the map and dominating force. Genesis, though, is at 3-1 upgrades. And, yeah, not really too much. DTs did come in here and didn't really do that much. Going this Wooker kill for LastShadow. And a bunch of roaches are out for LastShadow. I mean, there's really not too much going on in this game. LastShadow kind of just getting a maxed army, and Genesis just turtling up, waiting until his base is mined out, which his natural has. His main has so many probes mining, they're not too efficient. He has more workers, 62 to 51, and look at the income difference. So that goes to show oversaturation is bad. And it looks like one Overlord with 2 Infestors is going in. And, I don't think this is going to be worth it. Let's see. He's mining about 800 to 840, so around 800 minerals. And this drop can kill like 20 probes. And it's not going to matter that much. He's even got 4 on each gas. Just because, well, he's got so many on minerals. And let's see how many probes this kills and how much Genesis actually kills. Again, around 800. And workers killed 9 to 30. So he killed 21 workers. And we'll check back in the income in just like 30 seconds to see, hey, is it still around 800? Looks like only 2 probes in each gas. So, well, it's going to be lowering the gas if he doesn't notice and put those probes back on the gas. LastShadow at 197, Genesis at 1. So LastShadow is soon going to just be exchanging armies, right? Like, saying, okay, well, I'm maxed out. I can't build any more units, so I'm just going to keep attacking you, and you're going to lose units, and I'm going to be able to reproduce better. And now's the time to check the income. So yeah, it's still in the 800s for him. So that did almost nothing besides lowering the gas, and, well, that's just his mistake. That's not because of that fungal growth. So while it looked awesome, did nothing. We have Overlords now with Banelings in them, and LastShadow is gearing up to defend this one push and then win the game. He knows he's stuck on 3 bases. He knows he's, like, just choked him out. He knows, okay, well, you can't have that many more minerals left. I just have to kill this army. And killing the army will be tough. That's a lot of AoE from Genesis. And the Banelings are dropping on those stalkers. You can just see all the shields wearing off. And it looks like Genesis is going to be able to take out these roaches. But will he be able to push on the base? He's got mainly Colossus left. He's got a few stalkers and 1 Archon. I think the Infestors alone could eventually just whittle down this force with Fungal Growth. Overlord coming in here that is full of Baneleys. Could be dropping them, and there he goes. Dropping some Baneleys, killing a few of those stalkers. And this is most likely gonna be it, guys. This Colossus and few stalkers and Archon are gonna get surrounded. Fungal Growth goes down, and waiting for it. There it is. The GG does fall. LastShadow does take that game in pretty convincing fashion, stopping Genesis from taking his 4th base, just making him stay around this area, saying, okay, well, you got 3 bases, and you're not going to mine anymore. While I take the base down here, the base over here, the base up here, and I can take any other base, because I have vision everywhere. You see, even if Overlords were spreading that creep. So very well played, LastShadow, and I hope you enjoyed this game. Take care, guys.